We continue with Group B in the Ranked Royale 2v2 for EU. We have Team TRK with Nupo, Team Joyo with Rezi, Team Clears with Rawas, and Team Stizzy with Luis P. Chat, here we go. TRK and Nupo versus Joyo and Rezi. TRK actually comes into this pool as the lowest rated team to not have to work through the qualifier on Monday. So 6th in the top 10 in the EU/Middle East leaderboards. Joyo came in as number 2, just behind Oski and Atto, specifically Oski, and he picked up Rezi for his team. So we are going to see how this matchup goes. Technically, it'll be an upset by seed if TRK and Nupo are able to pull it off. But the way that we've seen TRK and Nupo playing in 2s recently, you have to expect them to win. We've actually seen, I think, TRK and Nupo versus Joyo and Cash. Joyo and Cash got 3-0 swept by TRK and Nupo. So will it be different now that Joyo has recruited the power of the Hogan mode? He's got Rezi on his squad, and he's got a lot of faith in him. But will it be enough? Is faith enough to take down what might be the favorite for the tournament? Oh, Rezi. Wait a second. He's looking to Pogo immediately on the squad. That's going to gain you a lot of fans. If air dribble bumping loses you some fans, then Pogoing better be gaining you some fans. Joyo challenged by Nupo to keep this ball pinned in the orange half. This seems like it's going to be a goal. It is going to be. TRK taps in the first as Rezi, looking to try and control in the corner, took a slight detour to go grab the 100 boost, and that was enough of a window for TRK to capitalize. Joyo couldn't get the doink angle off the kickoff. TRK low 50 and scores before Rezi can get back. TRK taking it nice and slow, walking it into the net. The final shot has a 91 km/h on it, but really, he's just picking apart the defense. Joyo had a lot of nice things to say about this duo he is playing against right now. TRK and Nupo would be close to undefeated if I remember correctly. They lost recently to Rawas and Clears, and they maybe had one loss to a Zen team as well. Other than that, much harder to find the losses this duo has had than this to find the wins. That being said, we haven't seen them against Oski and Atto. Oski and Atto, I don't think have ever lost, as far as I'm aware. They haven't had nearly the same competition, but they want to prove that they are the best duo. I'm assuming we'll see the Team Liquid duo at Gamers 8, but of course, we won't get to see the TRK Nupo duo, as Nupo, his ban extends into Gamers 8. Long shot from Nupo. Joyo should be able to get there, but he doesn't save it clean. Slams into the post, and TRK is looking at another free net. How do you donate to the prize pool? Exclamation point donate should give you a link. There's also a link underneath the stream. And as I mentioned before at the start of the stream, we have switched from doubling the donations in terms of what I'm going to give to what I'm going to contribute myself. Before I was going to match what everyone else is doing. Now I'm doing 3x. Basically taking the prize pool and timesing it by 3. That's what I'll make it. Feer is already donating $300,000. No, I think you misunderstood what I said earlier. If your end result is that I'm donating $300,000. But, you know, close. How about this? I was about to say I promise to make it 300,000 if you guys donate 100,000. But we can't. Yeah, we can't, unfortunately. Just because Psyonix's rules say the tournament, you know, can't be over 15,000. But if it weren't for that, I'd do it. I'd do it. Ooh, shot from TRK is slick. As he has a single defender, he is just too good. He notices he does not need to take the initial shots. Otherwise, that would just hand the ball right to Rezi. Instead, he comes back down to the ground and chips it behind him. Did you feed the chemistry teacher to walk the snake tomorrow morning in the evening? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Joyo able to outplay TRK, but Nupo's there. And it will be still no goals for Team Joyo. They have 7 shots. Wanted to get a quick check to see. It's not that they aren't putting the occasional chance on, but only a couple have seemed really promising. Those have been stopped. And that gets credited as a shot. I wouldn't necessarily say that was a promising take, as both TRK and Nupo were prepared for anything on target. Joyo to the backboard. Nupo has not needed to do almost anything so far in this game, it feels like. TRK has been doing such a good job of picking apart everybody by himself. Nupo tap to the bottom right. It's all just a formality with 20 seconds left to go. We know that the Middle East squads pull some of the best 1v1ers in the game. Is it the case that they also have the best 2v2 teams? TRK makes it 5-0. Mina team's winning, no cap. You just had the crazy realization we were coworkers at one point? Wait, Bristofers, when were we coworkers? Feer, as a YouTube main, should I stop watching and wait for the upload? You're going to be ahead a bit. You know, you might get some stuff spoiled. TRK and Nupo take game number 1. Game number 2. You're a mechanical engineer? Oh, yeah. Mechanical engineer, we probably work together then. You'll have to tell me sometime. Joyo into the BDS Octane. And we'll see if that be the difference. I think we had all Phoenix previously. Joyo, though, has been one that's been known to dabble in other cars, including ones that are not meta, like the Mustang, or at least not meta to the level that both the Fennec and Octane are. Joyo resets. Can't get anything going before the TRK challenge. He did the right thing to not bring the ball to the back wall. The slow dribble was probably best in order to make the defense have the toughest time. It is going to be a goal, Rezi. A demo. And Team Joyo on the board. A nice musty that really is just an extension of an air dribble. But it falls to Nupo, who taps out to the midfield, and he would have been fine if TRK was still alive, but TRK dies. Yo, Stimulus, thank you for the 4 months of Prime. Appreciate you. Rezi pre-jumping the TRK setup to the back wall. Is this a turn of the tides as Team Joyo start to get a bit of a read after what was a incredibly dominant game 1 for Team TRK? They were making it seem like it was going to be a formality before the end of the series, but Nupo strikes to tie the game. Nobody challenged, or I start to say Joyo tried to challenge, but TRK, great read to just give the ball the extra push right as Joyo shows up. And then Nupo's able to beat out Rezi on the ground. The kickoff goal should be going. Oh no, Team Joyo don't convert. Joyo's going to throw the wow because he knows that needed to be a goal. Rezi puts a nice follow-up shot on, but at that point, defenders are there. Joyo made a save off his backboard, which just keeps it as a pass for Team TRK. And Rezi, who was maybe thinking about going to grab boost, actually didn't end up grabbing any. Maybe because he recognized his team was in trouble, but it all didn't matter. At that point, it was too late. Yeah, we have 3 matches today, if you guys are tuning in. So make sure to stick around. Nupo's getting on the board now, showing that he can be involved as well if needed. Gets the reset, but doesn't have to use it as Rezi outplays himself, expecting the early touch. TRK reset to the backboard. Nupo has a demo on Joyo, then gets demoed himself. Oh my goodness. Rezi is on a mission. He went for the spawn kill immediately after getting Nupo. But I'm not sure that leaving Joyo against TRK in a 1v1 is necessarily what he wants to do. I don't think you want to leave either one of these two Middle Eastern players in a 1v1. Your best chance is to take them 2-on-2. Joyo, that's a great 50. Nupo, this challenge doesn't really stop it from being a pass. Still an opportunity for Rezi, but he couldn't get control of the ball. TRK, Nupo. Did they just own goal pinch? I think this is a pinch own goal. Boom, says Rezi. Yeah. He drops the ball down, and then TRK and Nupo just slotted in their own net. They combine. I mean, there's a little bit of a bump, maybe. I think Joyo bumped Nupo right as he got his first touch there, but I don't know. Yo, Pigsman, thank you for the $20. Bringing us to 475, which we will now be tripling, which means there's no shot. I'll be actively doing the math while commentating. TRK wins a 50 at the midfield, and there's nobody left to stop him. Joyo is in deep, and Rezi trying to get out in front of the ball. Could not do so. Rezi pinch. It's on target. It's a bit high, I think. Nupo gets credited with a save, but I do think the crossbar had the save as well. TRK read by Joyo as he immediately dunks the chip off the corner. Rezi's going to lead block again for Joyo. They're trying to find ways to get some offense. Rezi's certainly mixing it up. Nice wall dash landing by Rezi, but without any boost left over. Could not make anything happen. Joyo plays it past Nupo, but solid positioning by TRK, making it impossible to beat both team members. You might be able to get past one, but the other is always there. TRK headed to the back wall. Director Cam robbed us of the goal, but TRK able to get over the top of Rezi. I thought maybe Rezi could be there. He tried to be, but it's a TRK double and a 5-2 lead. Nupo tap up to the back wall. Joyo, is he in the Hogan mode clan? I just noticed that. Rezi and Joyo both have gold as their clan tag. Rezi to Joyo, but Nupo intercepts it. And ultimately gets a freebie for TRK. You know, you can't blame Joyo and Rezi for going as all in as they did. They need something crazy here in the final moments. They didn't find it. So it'll be 2-0 for TRK and Nupo. Like I said, technically an upset based on their ranked points. And I only bring it up because the tournament so far has gone almost to seed based on the ranked points. And TRK did spend a ton of time high up where he may have been seeded higher. But Joyo, he was ranked 2 basically all through the end. Joyo taps one on target, but it's an easy tap down. TRK Nupo 7-2. Some scoring for Joyo, but not enough to stand a chance. Fix the script. It's going perfectly so far. Now the 2 straight games for Team Joyo, and then the game 5. Game number 3. Will the Falcons Fennec decal be the answer? Joyo with a if you can't beat him, join him switch in his car. And it pays off. He gets a save to stop a potential shot from TRK. But is it going to be enough? Doesn't seem like it will. Nupo, 20 seconds in instead of 10 seconds in, will put his team up 1. Dunk on Rezi, bump on Joyo. Side flip for the finish. Can I squad stream with Hootie? Yeah, it is. That's a good point. I can squad stream. I will try and start one right now with Hootie, and he can accept it. I think I just started it. So if he accepts it, then we'll be squad streaming. That's a good point. Rezi demo to almost create an opportunity. It's a bit confusing with Joyo in this blue car, but everything is going TRK and Nupo's way. Team Joyo coming in, like I said, second highest rated team, but it's not mattering against the dynamic duo. I have a feeling that TRK and Nupo probably have some more reps than Joyo and Rezi do, just because we've seen these two playing with each other a ton. Nupo, reset, musty. Rezi does have the save. Joyo, that's certainly not the flick he wants, as he just leaves the ball for TRK, who's been doing it boring, man. TRK is like, it doesn't need to be fancy. If Joyo's just going to give me the ball, I'm just going to go low 50 it into the net. Like, Rezi pre-jumping what was a very standard play from TRK ultimately. Joyo trying to mix it up, going for 180s into backwards wave dashes. We saw Rezi trying to pogo earlier. Is that going to be the answer? The freestyle mix-up. You know, I say it every time, but a lot of times this looks like players, you know, maybe resigning to what has been, you know, a really tough go of it. But sometimes it works. Sometimes just switching it up and doing things that seem ridiculous end up paying off and bringing you back in. Right now, TRK goes to the ceiling and back down before the 50. Joyo able to dodge the bump. Wave dash, 50 with Nupo, and now he's 180ing and backwards wave dashing. Certainly the fastest way to move around the field. TRK was waiting for the Nupo pass. Joyo puts a pinch on it to give it enough power not to go, and it's like almost like TRK knew where Nupo was going to spawn as he intentionally loses the kickoff right back to the spawn location of Nupo. Joyo shadow defending, able to take the ball easy as he zap dashes into control of this one, but runs out of boost late in the dribble, and ultimately TRK is there. Joyo pre-jump goes underneath the Nupo flick. Might be a scoring opportunity for Team Joyo, but what does Joyo do? He dances around on the ball and ultimately gives it away. I think we're going to see a 3-0 for TRK Nupo. And I got to admit, doing it in a bit more dominant fashion than we saw Oski and Atto, who I think ended up losing a game in almost every series, at least one, which is the #1 seed coming out of Pool A or Group A. Yeah, Genji and Carmine Corp are playing in Singapore, but that's happening at like 3 a.m. my time. I don't know what's happening for you guys, so I'm just gonna have to find out how it went, you know. Don't think I'm gonna... Oh, Rezi's gonna put a goal on. First one for Team Joyo. What is the event in Singapore called? The Olympics. The Olympics is what it's called. I am Pacific time zone right now. But I thought it was interesting because they're saying it's France versus England, kind of, but of course Chronic is not English, and also Itachi. Could Itachi play for France in the Olympics? I don't know how long. He lives in France, I assume, since he can't be in Morocco, because Morocco is not allowed to play in RLCS. But has he been in France forever? Could he play for France in the Olympics? Or is it just totally not an Olympic match? Is he just Moroccan and Chronic is just American? It just comes down to citizenship. Yeah, I guess is he a France citizen? Why is Moroccan not allowed? That's a good question. I don't know. There's a few countries that are not allowed to play in the RLCS for whatever reason. But it's just about where you are. You can't play them from there as long as you're somewhere else. So if you're Moroccan but you live in France, which I think is the case with Itachi, and it's going to be the case with Drally too. Drally says he's moving there. Then you can play as long as you're not currently residing in a place that's not allowed. You doubt it? He played for Morocco in RLCS once he got DQ'd? Okay, yeah, so that wouldn't... He probably isn't in France that long. Probably doesn't have France citizenship, but hey, it's still the Olympics. Two out of 3 on both teams. GG's, TRK, and Nupo take it in a sweep.